Who says you can't? You do. Part 9. Life's Ultimate Duo, the Spirit and Its Visions. If there is no passion in your life, then have you really lived? Find your passion, whatever it may be. Become it, and let it become you, and you will find great things happen for you, to you, and because of you. We all want to know how to add value to this world, the people around us, and ourselves. Doing things for others will always create more meaning in your life. The people who have been the most influential and successful were those who were committed to doing this. A passion is far deeper than material satisfaction. It's that drive within us that sparks the feeling that is far too great to be restricted by words. Once you put a lot of energy toward a passionate life, you enter the realm of the elite. The thought of it fills you with emotions you have never experienced, keeps you up at night, and wakes you up in the morning. It is enforced and embedded so deep within you that it surely becomes the basis of your decisions. It will guide you over hurdles, find inspiration once gone unnoticed, pick you up when you fall, and be the air you breathe. You can definitely feel the difference when you enter a room with someone who has passion and someone who doesn't. In whatever area of life, you will notice the ones with a strong passion are those who are running far beyond what others think is the finish line. When everyone else says it's too hard or impossible, they are the ones that prove them wrong. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you dream it, you can become it. William Arthur Ward. I hear people tell me they have a vision, so I ask what it is, and they say things like, to buy that house. Now that's great, but what after that? See, a passion is an invisible force that consumes your whole life and creates vision after vision. A true passion sees no end, but only everlasting growth. A passion would be to provide for your children, to inspire people to be the best they can be, to add value to the world, to help others, to provide a service like no one else, or to do something that you love. Being the best you can be is another great one. If there's any passion that is at the heart of every person, it is to exude that greatness that lies deep within them. We must prove our greatness to ourselves, because if we don't, we are the one who has to answer the question why. We all know that we have a lot more to give, but we just need to let that inner person speak. A great way to drag that spirit out and begin to steer it is to give as many reasons as you can why you want to do something. We put all these material wants in front of us and call them visions, yet sometimes we struggle to achieve them. The reason is that we forget to build the foundation that is going to hold everything up. We must search deeper and ask why we want what we do. Whatever it is, you need to build as many reasons as possible why you are doing what you are doing, and let them really align themselves with who you are deep down. That's how you remain at full strength. I personally do not let material things drive me, because I know they will flow through my passion. I have a clear indication of what I want, but then I let my spirit guide me. If we don't do it this way, we get caught up in greed, and we will never be fulfilled. You will notice that you continue to come back to that point of emptiness, and then wonder why you even bothered in the first place. A true passion doesn't just appear bright and strong one day. It evolves over time. I can't tell you what your passion in life is. No one but you can do that. This is one of the biggest challenges I see today. It seems when the thought of trying to discover our true passion or calling comes up, it causes us to worry and become stressed. All that does is cloud and suffocate your spirit. As we all know, stress is a major contributor to our despair, so it is definitely not the road to finding your passion. In order to discover the blueprint of our greatness hidden under the collage of social beliefs that become self-beliefs, we must unwrap the paper and then the gift will be displayed. That collage is all the limitations such as hate, fear, self-doubt, judgment, lack of self-love, and many more that restrict us from seeing our true path. Lack of passion in life is truly a grave issue in society. I have coached people searching for their passion in life more than any other challenge. What I am about to tell you will probably change your perception of your passion forever. Our whole life, we seem to be in search of this one passion that we think will win us fulfillment, and the concept is usually based around a career. We believe that without finding what it is, we are hopeless. Well, guess what? No one who is passionate is only passionate about one thing. I would consider myself a passionate person now, but I didn't wait to find out what career I wanted to do in order to decide that. In all honesty, I don't even consider educating and inspiring people a career. Rather, it is a passion that flowed from first being passionate in many other areas of life. I am passionate about being a great person, treating everyone as equals, sustaining the quality of nature, my body, my family, people in general, and so on. I have many passions in life. I didn't just wake up one day knowing what my career was and begin being a passionate person, nor did any of the vastly successful people I have met on my journey. If you don't practice being passionate in all the other areas of your life, then you will never discover your true potential. There is one great thing that all successes in any era have in common. It calls for no debate. It requires unconditional love, and it is the pinnacle of all emotions. It is the passion for life itself. When you have passion for every part of your life, things fall into place. All successful people have one thing in common. They are all addicted to life. Formulate and stamp indelibly on your mind a mental picture of yourself as succeeding. Hold this picture tenaciously. Never permit it to fade. Your mind will seek to develop the picture. Do not build up obstacles in your imagination. People continually visualize throughout their day. There are very few who embrace the present, but many who envision the past or the future. The issue is that it's of no benefit because those visions usually result in stress or worry. The same people have no idea how much power their visions have to become reality and that they cause them to experience the same emotions they so often complain about. As we previously read about neuroplasticity, constant repetition is effective in shaping who we are becoming. People get all spooked when they hear the word meditation, but they are missing out on one of the most powerful gifts mankind has. We are led to believe that when meditating we are thinking of nothing. Let me assure you, when you are thinking of nothing you are still thinking, because you're thinking of nothing. It's an opportunity to take ourselves away from what we see with our eyes, away from space and time, and start using those thoughts to really create a feeling of success right now. Why do we close our eyes when we pray, when we cry, when we kiss, when we dream? Because the most beautiful things in our life are not seen but felt only by the heart. Taking the time out for visualization is one tool that really successful people have used, even if they don't call it that. Meditation, prayer, and imagining are all the same thing. Successful people allocate time to completely focus on what they want, not what they don't want. I would get so strongly into visualization that the hairs on the back of my neck would stand up, because what I saw in my mind was just as real as if I were really there. Sure enough, they do happen. The parietal area of the brain is responsible for giving us a sense of our orientation in space and time. He hypothesized that blocking all sensory and cognitive input into this area during meditation results in the sense of no space and no time. When this part of the brain, which weaves sensory data into a feeling of where the self ends, is deprived of sensory input through an individual's focus on inward concentration, it cannot do its job of finding the border between the self and the world. Dr. Newberg described how this affects consciousness. The brain had no choice. It perceived the self to be endless, as one with all of creation. And this felt utterly real. The absorption of the self into something larger is not the result of emotional fabrication or wishful thinking. It springs from neurological events, as when the orientation area goes dark. Other experiments have also been performed, including those by Richard Davidson. He is a professor of psychology and psychiatry at the University of Wisconsin and has led experiments in cooperation with the Dalai Lama on effects of meditation on the brain. His results suggest that long-term or short-term practice of meditation results in different levels of activity in brain regions associated with such qualities as attention, anxiety, depression, fear, anger, and the ability of the body to heal itself. These functional changes may be caused by changes in the physical structure of the brain. With enough focus, your mind doesn't know whether what you are thinking about is real right now or not. When we daydream or close our eyes and drift off, we feel the same emotions as if we are actually living our dream. It feels so real because for that brief moment your mind doesn't know the difference. The more energy we put towards something, the stronger influence it has on our life. It's the same with what we focus on in our mind. That's the power of realization. Those very images you choose to see in your mind on a daily basis, be they beneficial or not, are being attracted to your life. That's why things we don't want keep showing up, because we continually think about them. If we direct our mental images to what we want, it causes not just ourselves, but everything else to surrender to manifestation. Ordinary people believe only in the possible. Extraordinary people visualize not what is possible or probable, but rather what is impossible. And by visualizing the impossible, they begin to see it as possible. I don't care what you want to call it. Closing your eyes, directing all your focus to one area as if you were really there, feeling the emotions, and even imagining how you would physically react is going to enhance your life. I used to sit in my room, close my eyes, and drift off. In that moment, I felt as if I could hear people telling me how much I'd helped them. I felt as if I already had a better relationship with my family. These feelings have since become reality. I would feel the warmth in a person's hand when they shook mine, or a hug from my nephew, just to inspire my day. I would do it anywhere and anytime I had the chance. The power of visualization has a weird way of speeding up time toward those things you desire. Things start to happen quicker, and I guess that's how you see some people's success and wonder how they achieve things in such a short amount of time. The more you visualize the qualities of life and what you want, the stronger your vision becomes. It will be a way of life and a means to take the appropriate action. You can also cut time when something distressing displays itself by simply closing your eyes and drifting away to a better place for that short time. When you start practicing this, it might seem difficult to stay focused, but the more energy you put toward it, the better you become at it. Even when you drift off with your eyes closed, it is crucial to redirect toward things you appreciate or an experience that would immediately make you happy. Have you ever noticed that the trip back from a journey always seems shorter? Why is that? The reason is that we have been there before. If we go somewhere in our mind, feel it, see it, and be it, then we obtain it at a much faster pace. If you don't believe that your mind is the basis of your creations, then ask yourself these questions. Why do we have a mind? And what is its purpose? Use it. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Albert Einstein, no words I write could amount to the certainty I have in visualization. It is the key and foundation to all your dreams, and is the basis for your decisions and reactions toward life experiences. Be different from the rest, and give yourself this wonderful opportunity. When doing this, it is crucial to feel every detail of the image, from the smallest to the largest. Embrace the power and the emotion of it, and it will be the foundation of creating the life you desire. Visualization experiment. If you have ever played basketball or known a basketball player personally, you would know that many players choke when it's time to take a free throw. Even some of the best basketball players on the planet have this mental block. No one questions their ability to play the game, but they have trouble making those shots, and they will be the first to admit it's all in their mind. Dr. Judd Biasiato at the University of Chicago reported about a study that was conducted to determine the effects of visualization on the free throw performance of basketball players. First, the athletes were tested to determine their free throw proficiency. They were then randomly assigned to one of three experimental groups. The first went to the gym every day for 1 hour and practiced free throws. The second group also went to the gym, but instead of physically practicing, they were told to lie down and simply visualize themselves successfully shooting. The third group did nothing. In fact, they were instructed to forget about basketball. At the end of 30 days, the three groups were again tested to determine their free throw proficiency. The players who hadn't practiced at all showed no improvement in performance. Many in that group actually exhibited a drop. Those who had physically practiced 1 hour each day showed a performance increase of 24%. Here's the clincher. The visualization group, by merely imagining themselves successfully shooting free throws, also improved 24%. It doesn't matter what area of life you apply this to. If you run a perfect scenario over and over in your mind with the inclusion of sight, sound, and smell, performance is sure to improve. Visualizing and taking physical action is a combination that is unbeatable. Training your mind. Give us a clear vision that we may know where to stand and what to stand for, because unless we stand for something, we shall fall for anything. Task. Visualize your updated appreciation list. Be still and make sure you are stationary. Once you fully focus and do it a few times, you won't want to stop. You will discover a shift in focus toward great things in life, rather than things that are of no benefit. The quality of your whole life will improve. 1. Start with focusing on breathing in and out through your nose. From the tip of your nostrils, follow the breath all the way until it flows back out. When you inhale, draw the air down to your stomach and back out slowly through your nose. You can count up to 7 when exhaling to slow down the process. Do this until you feel light and weightless. 2. A euphoric state should arise in your mind. Then start visualizing. I personally did this at night when I was relaxed, but still read my list in the morning. This addition to your daily ritual will transform your life, but you have to commit to it. Don't just do it for 3 days, stop, and then email me saying it doesn't work. It's an ongoing process, but results will be measurable immediately, especially in the way you feel. 3. You can visualize at any time during the day, and listening to music that inspires you is also a great addition. Your visions will start to play out around you, awareness will rise, and you will notice things that are relevant to your success that once went unnoticed. Our mind is the canvas on which we create, and imagination is its tool. Things once thought of as just a dream will turn into a vision so strong that your passion will see to its becoming real.